The Naked Emperor. All this knowledge about the general viral mechanisms of infection and attack was present in the global scientific community even before the onset of the pandemic, and the specific mechanisms used by SARS-CoV-2 was well understood by March 2020. But none of this knowledge was used to craft a simple, effective public health policy and public education campaign in the United States because the leadership in the United States possessed the intellectual capacity for comprehension of an elementary school child. When you have the President of the United States opining on the value of irradiating UV light inside lungs and of injecting bleach and disinfectant into lungs and body tissue as if human beings were so many objects of furniture to be wiped free and disinfected, then you can begin to comprehend the colossal knowledge deficit the country was operating under. My patients in my clinic had access to much greater comprehensive guidance and knowledge about viral mechanisms and methods of prevention and safety than the White House coronavirus briefings in 2020. What was tragic was that no one had the courage to call this out. The emperor was prancing down Pennsylvania Avenue in naked, narcissistic splendor, attended by fawning, self-serving courtiers, and no one could turn their stunned gaze from the horrific spectacle long enough to declare the obvious before them all. Everyone kept trying to manage the buffoon in the house in the hope that, somehow, the damage could be mitigated and contained. From papers that would be whisked away to briefings that would be tailored, long before the pandemic, U.S. policy was being crafted by a shadow government of public servant managers who had decided they had to quietly save America from the Nero at its helm. Before and after the pandemic started, the media focused on what was most important to the media: ratings. Whether it was the liberal media or the conservative media, the focus was always the rating value of the circus show of Pennsylvania Avenue, with policy and facts playing second fiddle. All over the world, morgues were overflowing. Graveyards were running out of space. The dead were being buried lying on their sides so graves could be cut narrower and more bodies stacked per square yard of terrain. In India and other parts of Southeast Asia, crematoriums were melting down in the relentless heat of non-stop cremations, and firewood was running out for crematoriums. Globally, 100 Romes were burning. The fires of hell were blazing, and the devil and his minions were dancing in an inferno fueled by a growing field of corpses scythed down by a reaper wearing a crown of spikes.